to their exit, and the bench is to their exit, every motherfucking exit, you
Welcome to the Dumbfounded D podcast. 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 We are sideways and now we are straight.
I've always been straight. Just set the record straight.
Wow, bro. Are you really that insecure with your manhood that you had to...
What? Don't call me gay, bro. Don't call me gay, bro. What's up, dipshits? Happy Wednesday. Well, we're over the hump, so.
If you hear a bear in the background, it's because my father is sleeping. Well, now he's moving around, but he's sleeping and he snores. So,
it's almost the end of the winter. Bears start to come out of hibernation. They get a little wily. Do you know the thing is about bears, how they stop themselves, how they stop their digestion, over the winter? Like they purposely plug themselves up, like they eat stuff behind them.
Is that really true?
I think that's true. I think they have and they just shit out a fucking massive fucking plug of just random fucking hair and twigs that they ate that they didn't digest.
Ouch. Twigs that they didn't digest.
I don't know. It's like a whole bunch of stuff that they can't digest. They do it on purpose.
Do you hear all the noises or no? Good.
I hear some grunting.
Oh.
It sounds like somebody's filming a porno in the background.
We just got really quiet.
I mean, I hear a television program on.
It's Netflix. It's like the background. Anyway, okay. So why did you tell me to name this show "Don't Say Nazi"? Because
I hear the algo on not just YouTube but on other platforms is filtering out content that has the name of our title in it, the word Nazi.
Yeah, but
other words there are.
Why? What if it's a documentary about World War II and it uses the word Nazi several times because it's about how bad they are? This
is what I've heard. I don't have a whole lot of information on it, but what sparked this was that I've heard through the grapevine that stuff that has the word Nazi in it usually gets flagged. So we may have gotten flagged, it being the name of the episode.
Speaking of getting flagged, our last episode was taken down from all platforms.
Why?
Oh,
because of the name. Can't say.
I don't think it was the name. I think it was the R. Kelly content and the There was another video we watched on Instagram, and they had a Bob Marley song in the background, and I think we got flagged because of that too.
I mean, that we got flagged for that, but taken down was definitely because of the R. Kelly, I think.
Yeah, the episode's gone. It's officially been scrubbed from the internet.
That's crazy. Wow.
That's why you gotta watch us live, guys. Like and subscribe. All 7 of you.
You don't know how. Yeah, lucky number 7. You don't know how long this is gonna last because they will take it down right away. They don't give a fuck who you are, how many followers you have. Nobody's like us. The algo comes for you. They're like Terminators. They're like digital Terminators. They come out and they fucking just wipe your shit out. Well, needless to say that, you're watching this live now, so this is probably the only time you're going to be able to watch this episode because they might take us down because of the name. And that was just an experiment on my part. I actually sort of threw this out there to see if. So if you think about it, since they're going to just take this down altogether, and for the lovely 7 people who are watching live right now, why don't we just say whatever the fuck we next hour or so?
Speaking of saying whatever the fuck you want, did you see this nonsense? Of course nothing's there. At the stage. Have you seen this?
By the way, cheers. Yeah, okay, now, before we get into this, right, this is the infamous Acorn incident. Is that correct? Cheers to all those who are with us tonight.
Cheers.
Happy Wednesday. This is ridiculous. If you know what this is, you know what I mean? Enjoy it again. for the 100th time that you're watching it, because I know
Florida.
100 times.
What? Oh! Where? Right there? Jesse, are you okay? Get in the house! Get in the house! Jesse! Get back! Where is he?
In the car.
43, give me traffic. Shots fired. I got a deputy down.
So I've seen this before, but when I first saw this video, up until like this point, I was like, "Oh shit!" The dude starts shooting at the cop from inside the cop car. Holy shit! And then
Now you just said it. Let's unpack that for a second. What you just said. You just said this guy just started shooting these cops from the cop car. Now, this guy had already just been arrested, I believe, on a domestic violence charge, right? I don't know if
he was searched.
And he was searched top to bottom. And he was cuffed. And he was put in the back of a police cruiser. Now, I don't know how familiar you guys are with firearms and being able to conceal a firearm, and then where you're going to conceal it to where you can access it with handcuffs on, sitting on your hands in the back of a cop car.
That means you would have to first get out of the handcuffs.
Yes. So I guess there was a pop, and one of the police officers who was standing by the car, not with the body cam that we just saw.
Oh, we're gonna see. There's more. Hold
Yes.
on.
Jesse, how are you?
How are you?
Okay.
I might have hit my vest.
Okay.
No.
Get back! I'm not gonna tell you go! Get back!
Fucking
Get back!
untrained moron.
Get her back now! No!
She's probably crying because there's probably a boyfriend in there that just got blasted.
And she just called the cops on him. So can I just say this, right? Just from a misogynistic point of view, let's play devil's advocate and say that maybe she should have just not called the cops on her wife beat her boyfriend that one time.
Well,
because he just started firing shots at him from the inside.
I don't think that's playing devil's advocate here. I think devil's advocate is this would have been avoided had you left him a lot sooner.
And from what I understand, this was there was no, I believe there wasn't a physical altercation involved with this. It's just that in this part of Florida, like somebody has to get arrested. It's like one of those things.
That's
if you're called, you know about that, right? Like, yeah. I know they do it in New York. Somebody has to come with us. And you know what that's for? That's just to deter them to not call the cops unless it's something serious. You know what I mean? Because they know, like, if husband and wife get into an argument and the cops get called.
The other angle, I think. Look, here's the cop. This is hilarious.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
It wasn't.
Shots fired!
What the?
I didn't even hear anything.
No, it's like.
It was inaudible. Whatever that acorn hit was, that
acorn noise.
No!
Let me just say before we play this again, if you're that jittery, and you're a cop and you're that jittery, you shouldn't be doing the job. Go work for Amazon or something, man. And he starts doing like invasive
maneuvers.
Maneuvers. I couldn't say the word.
He ducked and rolled.
Yeah.
And shots fired! Shots
fired!
Fired!
Screaming shots fired. Come on.
Shots fired! You know.
How'd he shoot you if there's no glass broken through a car? How'd he shoot you? Where'd he shoot you?
Oh, I'm hit!
And he jumps down in pain and says, I'm hit.
I'm hit!
I just want to point out he has a very nice sight on that gun.
Yeah, it's a hollow sun, I think. Is it? Or is it
he's on his hands and knees crawling across the road saying, I'm shot through the car, I'm shot.
Oh!
And in fact, he was not shot.
No, he was not shot. But now back. Hold on.
I think he says, I don't know. I think he got
Yeah,
me body armor.
he's gonna talk about it in a second. Because now instead of going to see if the guy in the car is okay, because you just shot him like 25 times, they call for backup, and now it's like a big fucking like thing. So
It's
cops
a
are
to-do,
surrounding the
yeah.
car, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Put your hands up." So look, I can't put my hands up. I'm cuffed. I'm cuffed. Put your hands up. I'm already cuffed. Look, I got you. Move over to me.
Jesse, come back. Mark vehicle right there. Dude, am I hit? Come on.
Dude, am I hit?
You would
Dude,
know. I mean,
Dude,
like,
am I hit?
I've never been shot, but I've been a lot of things. I've accidentally been stabbed. I haven't been stabbed intentionally.
Autoplay. No, quiet.
You know what I mean? And I'm figuring if you got shot, like there would be some sort of sensation that you get, even
What do you
from
do?
it hitting body armor. Even from it hitting body armor, like
What
if
do you
it's
do?
body armor, it's
you're
gotta
that
feel like
cop.
somebody's.
And then you realize, oh shit, I wasn't shot. What did I just do? Do
Good.
you go into a back alley behind a house and just shoot yourself in the vest?
I mean, I'm sure that's happened. I'm sure somebody is faked.
Yeah, but they're gonna pull the ballistics and get it from your fucking gun. I'm like, dude, you shot yourself. You fucking retard.
And there was probably the first guy who got caught doing that they busted him with that. But what I'm saying is, like, before that, let's just say old school police officers from back in like the 80s, 70s, 60s with their old 38 specials definitely took a fucking shot to the leg just to say that they could, just to, like say that they had taken out this perp or whatever. Oh, wow. Your pop snoring hardcore.
I told you there's gonna be bears in the background. You thought I was lying about that? Here's one I found.
Somebody flip him over.
If you make the noise, you get whipped again.
Oh, but you could breathe and make.
Hold on. YouTube censored your comment from where? Where are you? I see it all. I see where the blood though. I see why YouTube delete my comment. That's gay.
Wait, Heidelstein, did you type the word Nazi in the comment? Because if you did, they might have taken it down. Because you cannot say. Yeah, I mean, we might not be able to. Might not be on YouTube tomorrow. You cannot say Nazi on YouTube. You can't say, even when referring to somebody as a pejorative as being a Nazi. Like, but is that why? Do you think that's why? Did not see that coming. Nice.
You typed shot. Let me see something. I'm on YouTube.
Yeah, you can't use that word. That's another word you can't use. There's a whole bunch of firearm related words that you can't use. You can't show somebody how to load a firearm, I think, on YouTube.
Oh wow, shot didn't go. I wrote shot and it didn't go through.
Nope.
Do you guys see shot? Does anyone see the word shot? I don't see it coming up in my chat.
It'll wipe it out. That's why. Listen, not such a bad name for the episode anyway. Being that we're going to experiment to see what else you can't say in the chat. You can't say that. You can't say.
You could say shoot though, but you can't say shot.
Yes. I think because you could feel like you could shoot a basketball.
No, shoot. I wrote shoot with 2 O's the correct way, and it won't let it go. Wow.
Wow.
What
So,
the fuck?
well, here you go. This is how you get around the algorithm. Throw extra vowels in there. Apparently, the algo don't fucking catch all the vowels.
What else can't we say? What's another thing that you think is banned?
Retarded.
Wow. It's gone.
Retarded is gone.
Oh my god.
Okay, so no retarded. Now spell retarded with a lot of A's. Like retarded.
No. It did.
No.
Oh, wait. It did. That one did. See?
Yes, this is how we do it. This is how we win. Listen, I'm telling you, you just like this is the key.
I see gay.
Single.
What about fag? What about fag?
No, it's probably got to be.
Ooh, yeah, it's
no.
banned. Instant. Wow.
Right, so obviously we know what words are. I mean, needless to say, you know what you got to type in next, and you don't have to say it, and see if it lets you put it in. Obviously, do you think if you type certain words in, it'll like freeze you out?
I don't know. It's acting weird now. Censorship is real. Holy shit.
So you put too many bad words in at one time. Oh, so all right. Now I pulled this. I thought this was funny, right? But I thought you might maybe we're gonna pull it up a little bit later, but we could still talk about this now.
I didn't even mean to pull it up yet. I clicked the button and it went to the next one. I can wait till later if you want.
No. You can have it now because it's an idea, and I'm saying like I don't know how much it is to get Bruce Buffer to do anything, but I think we need to link up on a plan to get Bruce Buffer to do something. But
no way is it 375. No way. Here.
Yeah, it's
right here.
Yeah, it's only like $400 to get him to do like a 30-second cameo or a 60-second cameo.
No way.
Yeah.
It's time for Kaylee to move on.
So now this is unlocking a whole new fucking.
That is.
It's unlocking a whole new thing because I think, well, not just, like, okay, people have been doing cameos for a while, but, like, really over the top ones, and I think he sells it pretty hard. That was a pretty hard sell. So I think, like, getting Bruce Buffer to do a cameo is better than you just, like, be like, oh, I could get fucking the guy who plays – I could get Anthony Daniels, the guy who plays C-3PO, to do a cameo. Like, it's like, but it's not going to be – it's not gonna be this epic.
So
this is pretty fucking epic.
It's pretty cool. And if it's only $375, we should check it out. This thing you sent me freaks me out. Just watching it freaks me out.
Oh, dude, it's like, all right, this is Nature is Metal, which is like one of the best fucking things to find on the internet. This bugged the shit out of me. Now, what this is, it's a beehive. I don't know where, like maybe somewhere in the Amazon or something, but they do this LCD fucking, it looks like the sphere, dude, upside down in a tree. It's just like this.
It like mesmerizes me, man. It's like, and it's scary at the same time.
It's one of the fucking trippiest things that
Look
I
at
think
that.
upon the internet. That's nuts.
I wish I was on shrooms right now.
Yo, but if stare at it long enough and it makes you feel like you're tripping.
Yeah.
I watched this thing in a loop for probably like 5 minutes, and you ever watch those things like where you stare at it, you're supposed to stare at it, and then you pull your eyes away and everything else is a hallucination?
Yeah.
This is what happens if you stare too close into this. Right now, we have this all broken up with the sides and shit like that, right? But when you're just buried into the black mirror and you're watching just this, it sort of does that. I pulled my eyes away and I started seeing the wah-wahs. I call them the wah-wahs. Everything's like wah, 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 wah.
What is this?
Nature's fucking crazy, bruh. Oh, I don't know if that's not crazy.
The thrill.
Oh, yes.
Victory. The satisfaction of placing a bet and watching it hit big. The exhilaration of an upset only you saw coming.
With betting apps right on your phone, it's easier than ever to turn your passion for sports into cold, hard cash.
And with so many games to bet on, you almost can't lose. But there's a dark side as well.
We all know a friend who struggles with online gambling.
A friend who's on the verge of losing everything. His family, his entire life.
And now you can bet on exactly how he'll lose it all.
Kings.
It's the only app that lets you take prop bets about how your degenerate gambler friend is finally going to hit rock bottom.
Will it be goes double or nothing on a random WNBA game? Or bets his child's college fund on the coin toss?
And when your friend is desperate for cash, you can bet on what his lowest moments will be. Will he take out a life insurance policy on his own mother? Will he set up a fake GoFundMe that says he has leukemia? And what will he sell first, his PS5 or his kidney?
And you can build a parlay about everything that could happen to him. Divorce, marries rich old.
Wow.
Yeah, we know people who
Shmuley will start betting. Where are you, Shmuley?
Widow, arrested for elder fraud, and fakes his own death, but is immediately caught when he uses an app to gamble.
Wow.
With Rock Bottom Kings, you'll feel like you're in the game of your friend versus his horrible demons.
But again, addiction is a real problem.
And we take it very seriously.
That's why all these gambling ads are full of cash, gold, fireworks, and flames exploding everywhere.
Because you're not a loser. Your friend is.
They say the house always wins. Well, now you're the house, and your friend is probably going to lose his.
Does it seem a little cruel to bet on your friend's devastating addiction? Sure. But it's also hilarious.
So however your friend bottoms out, make sure you cash out at Rock Bottom Kings.
Download Rock Bottom Kings today, because gambling is serious. Seriously awesome. Rock Bottom Kings.
So was that episode of SNL actually good for once?
Yes, they fucking had a great episode this past weekend. But this app could be for me because I'm fucking once they made this because it wasn't legal in Florida up until maybe about like 5 or 6 months ago, and I downloaded the app and I've been pretty much just sticking after football was over. It's just on major fights, you know, like I'll bet I had to chill. No more basketball games. No more betting on basketball.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet basketball. I'd rather bet UFC.
Just fights. Fights only.
Yeah.
Fights only. For now, until football season comes back around.
Let's go, Marco! Come on, Marco!
Or you can bet on this.
Come on, Marco!
White! Make it white!
Where
Make
you
it
gonna
white!
go?
Make it white!
Go
Make it
blue!
white!
Go blue!
White! White!
Oh, wow! Let's go!
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, you're betting on which hole the mouse goes into.
Marco! Come on, Marco! Come on, Marco!
White, baby, white!
Come on, Marco!
White!
This is some degen carnival fucking folk kind of ass game. And this is my guess is that it's rigged and there's something to lure the mouse into a certain color. And people will pick, like they'll pick their, like you see all the colors on the board. People psychologically will most likely pick their RSTLNE like in Wheel of Fortune, like how like there's those 5 letters that will pop up in every puzzle, right? So there's like 5 colors that every douchebag is gonna pick, right? So they'll put like the honey or like the fucking corn kernels covered in honey in like the brown trap, because nobody picks brown or nobody picks red or nobody picks green. You know what I mean? Or the purple trap.
You hear the bear?
Yeah. Now watch this fucking. Now watch this monster effortlessly. There you go. See, I have trouble also fucking pronouncing words too.
Hold on. I just got. Wow, my Facebook account got restricted.
Because of our page?
Yeah.
What? Why? Because of the name, right?
No, because I wrote fag in the chat. Remember, I was trying to see what it would write. It took it down before I put it up, but it instantly took it down, and instantly, I'm now like suspended on Facebook for like I don't know.
Hold on a second. Under your own personal name?
Yeah.
Nice. Look, you know what this show's starting to turn into? It's starting to turn into like our own inner competition on how quickly we could tank ourselves.
Where's the hate speech?
Because the word it's a derogatory term. All right.
What if I meant to write the word bag and misspelled it? Come on.
Like you mean like bread, like a baguette?
No, like bag instead of fag. I was trying to write bag and hit the wrong key and pressed enter, and then you just instantly banned me.
Yeah, or maybe you were doing gag because F and G are like close together. I mean,
B's not that far away.
Hey, listen, this is what happens when you experiment. This is a scientific experiment. We were testing the system, right? We were testing the algorithm, and this is what happened. And this is obviously video. This is obviously video evidence of that. And that we were testing the limits effortlessly. Oh, maxed it out.
I was gonna say the highest I've ever gotten on one of those. I think is like 910 or 907, like low 9.
I've got maybe I've come close to 9. Maybe I don't remember hitting anything harder than maybe like 80, like 880, 890. I think I've like had moments where I'm like, everybody's like, oh, it's like 895, and you're like, oh, and that was like the 10th time I took a shot at it. Like the first time I got like a 690, and I was like, everybody's like, pussy.
Either I've seen this a bunch of times in the algorithm, or we've played this before.
All right, did we play this before? Because I was like, I seen this again. Like I felt like I was seeing it for the first time, but just because of the way it hits, we may have showed this, or I feel like we didn't like post it on the show. So. That guy gets fucking. It's a lot of beer, dude. And he gets nailed though. That just keep it pause. Oh man, I wanted you to keep it pause mid impact. Yo, your dad's snoring hard, bro. Dude, is he like fucking on? Like, how many Ambien did he eat? You gotta turn him over. That apnea is gonna fucking kill him, bro. Yo, you gotta give him the CPAP machine.
I think he's getting one tomorrow.
Yo, word? Damn. He sounds like he's about at the verge of that. Oh, just right there. Now, he might have gotten the first couple of drops in the first couple of milliseconds that this thing was starting to go, because this looks like it blew quick. Like it wasn't a slow dribble. This thing came out full fucking force, right? Now, at this moment, he's getting in the full force of it. Like he probably felt a few drops, but it didn't register. This guy knows he's getting fucking bukkakied by a vat of beer right now.
Bukkakied by a vat of beer.
Now, what do you do? Like I might go, like try to save some of it, like I Love Lucy at the chocolate factory when all the chocolate's falling off the conveyor belt. Like you got to catch it somewhere. Might as well test the batch, but it might be early, like early in the fermentation, so it might not have any alcohol.
Breaking news.
We should have just named this episode Zzz. Not Z with Mad Z's. You should have just been Nazi with Mad Z's.
I should have.
Breaking news. Mitch McConnell is stepping down. Only 20 years too late.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But yeah, great news, I guess. Real talk. I wonder if this has anything to do with his sister-in-law. Just saying. Let's take a moment to remember Mitch McConnell and his.
What happened with the sister-in-law?
I don't know. What happened to his sister-in-law?
I don't know. Let's deep dive.
Wait, he thinks he's going to talk about it right now.
contribution to American
Oh
politics.
no, we don't. Mitch.
McConnell's sister-in-law. What up with that? What is up with that?
Dead at 50. Angela
When
Chao, a business executive and sister-in-law of Senator Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, died this week following a car accident on February 14th, 2024.
CEO for what? Yo, that fucking store is beast.
It doesn't say.
It's just a CEO in Texas.
Our shipping industry CEO.
Okay. All right. And they could be dealing with a lot of shit. Shipping. I like that the fans are getting into it. That's awesome.
So I have a story to tell you guys. I was probably like 10, 11, 12 years old. And I lost my bag of weed. No, not when I was 10 or 12. I mean right now.
I was going to be like, damn, you started young. I thought I was young. I was like fucking 14, but
I was 14
holy
as well.
shit.
But,
that seems like about the time.
Okay, so I was camping with my mother and my father. And it was like around 8 o'clock at night. And my dad's like, I'm going to go to bed. Me and my mom stay up. About 20 minutes later, me and my mom hear a sound coming from the woods behind the tent, like a bear or something growling and making noise. And we get really freaked out. We're like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck? And then we like walk towards it. It's my father snoring in the tent. So yeah, this is a pretty standard procedure here.
When I was really big, that would happen every time I slept on my back.
He's on an air mattress in my living room.
He's not face down, is he?
I can't see him from this angle.
Oh man, that could be dangerous. Well, you gotta worry when the snoring stops. Is when you gotta worry.
Files is brought to you by Timu.
Remember this guy?
Antarctica has been the source of high strangeness for a long time. Rumors of UFOs and alien
high strangeness.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to break up weed too as I do this.
and bases go back to the 1930s. Hitler wanted to build bases there. Some people think he did. Operation High Jump arrived in 1946 with a heavily armed U.S. Navy fleet. Their mission was to extend American sovereignty over Antarctica. The mission was supposed to take 6 months. Instead, it lasted 6 weeks. The operation ended because of poor weather. At least that's the official report. Eyewitnesses said aggressive flying disc-shaped craft chased the Navy out of the area. In 1985, a medevac flight was forced over a no-fly zone near the South Pole. The crew saw a giant hole in the ice, as wide as a football field. When the crew returned to base, they were debriefed, not by the Navy, by men in suits. One of the crewmen said they had the typical DC look. In the 1990s, Navy flight crews reported silver discs zipping over mountain peaks at impossible speeds. The crews were told to never speak of it. In 2003, a Navy SEAL on a covert mission found an ancient structure protruding through the ice. It was made of something that wasn't quite metal, but wasn't quite stone. It was warm to the touch, and on that structure was a door. In 2018, scientists in Antarctica launched weather balloons to study cosmic rays coming from space and hitting the Earth. They found cosmic rays, as expected. But what they didn't expect, the cosmic rays were coming from something 2 miles underneath the ice. There are witnesses who've seen things, heard things, and felt things.
What'd you say?
Not from the outside.
You know what's crazy about this? The more shit we're finding out, the more it all seems more and more connected to each other. Like
This is what I'm saying. I feel like during that whole Area 51 thing, and everybody's attention was focused out there, what was going out there, what was going on out there, and like now you're getting a lot of stories from Antarctica, and you had like that was like sort of like a newer like conspiracy theory. All right, for me, it was newer when I started hearing it like in the late 2000s for the first time. That there's an alien spaceship or an alien mothership underneath the ice of Antarctica, right? And
I don't
like
think
people were saying that.
I like the theory that it's not alien, so to speak, but it's been here forever.
Yeah. Okay. No. Whatever.
No,
Whatever
that
it is.
Area 51. Yes, the Area 51 raid memes was so funny, and I was in a group about. I was in a 50,000 member meme group.
Dude, that was culturally significant. That whole the running, the whole plan, and I think people actually did a mass, but did nothing, right? And didn't even try to do it. But even still, like when all of that was going, not at that time. I mean, Area 51, people talking about Roswell and all that shit going back to the 1950s and 60s. So, and in the 2000s, I started hearing chatter and internet, obviously, like people sharing videos and stuff on YouTube of Antarctica, like the secret bases and all that shit, all this stuff that's going on, and a lot of it was turned into like, oh well, they have like seed reserves, or like, people hide things down there in vaults. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, intrigued. So as you go on throughout the years, now we're in 2024. So it's like now there's so much shit. Now there's this like this video, like this guy's video that we're watching now about how we're now UFPs fucking hovering around fucking Antarctica around this time. So,
things that should not exist in Antarctica, yet they do. Whatever's down there, we're not supposed to know about it. But one thing's for sure, something very strange and very important is happening at the bottom of the world.
Are you recording? Here we go. Hello, human. You may already know product is and even and date certificate. That threw me off. Just one matter. And spend the bulb. Wait, that $1.40 travel. Connect your I didn't incur bundle for first time app. I'm Hegelfish the Guppy. How was that?
In November 1995, a Navy flight engineer who wishes to be known as Brian was part of a U.S. Navy C-130 crew. The plane flew low circles around Marie Byrd Land. This was an area in the southwest part of Antarctica where 15 scientists set up camp.
So for all these conspiracies to be true, the Earth has to be round and not flat. Just say.
Yeah. I like the conspiracy theories where in that scenario, which in which his scenario involves it being on a round Earth. Like this.
Yeah. Exactly. Makes more sense.
Camp. The plane was dispatched from McMurdo Base, a few hundred miles east of camp. The protocol is for scientists to radio every day and report their status. McMurdo hadn't heard from the science team in a couple of days. That was bad. The scientists were from the National Science Foundation, and their mission was routine. Study weather conditions, take ice samples, note wildlife, that sort of thing. They had no reason to wander away from camp. Even if they did, they'd be dead within an hour anyway. The C-130 flew in tighter and tighter circles. The crew could easily see the camp. The weather was clear and visibility was good. They could see the huts, fuel tanks, some equipment. Snowmobiles were lined up. Everything seemed to be in order. A C-130 Hercules is a 4-engine turboprop. It's big. It's loud. If there was a problem, this is the point where people should be popping out of huts and waving their arms, but nothing.
Empty?
The rescue crew landed and took a look around.
Is this actual footage?
That'd be crazy if it was. I mean, it looks. This is videotape. It's not digital, or is that a digital mark?
Video. No, it's definitely video. It reminds me of the movie The Thing a little bit.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Uh-huh.
That's a good monster. That I mean, consider it a monster flick, right?
Yeah,
it is. Yeah,
great movie.
Yeah.
15 scientists were dropped off here about a week ago. They had enough supplies to last a month, but nobody's here. There's no tracks, no signs of anything. The crew checked the radio. It was working fine. They radio their commanding officer at McMurdo.
There were no people, no bodies, no signs of a struggle. It's like they just vanished. What do we do?
The orders came back. They were obvious. There's really nothing you can do. Fly one last search pattern and return to base. So the C-130 made a few wider circles to see if there's any sign of the science team. There was nothing. After an hour or so, they flew back to McMurdo. The missing scientists were a mystery, but Antarctica is a dangerous place. People do die there from time to time. Anything could have happened. But over a week later, the C-130 crew gets an urgent command. Immediately return to the Marie Birdland camp. The scientists somehow are back. They just radioed in and they were in a panic. They want to get out of there and they want to get out right now.
What the fuck?
What?
So where the fuck were they hiding?
I don't know. That's weird.
You know, like that whole time, they didn't just walk in, videotape, and run out. Like they probably hung around for like an hour or two. The airplane people, right? You would assume.
I'm trying to find proof of this.
Oh man,
interesting.
Antarctica is one of Earth's most isolated and unexplored places. Over 98% is buried beneath ice sheets that are 2 and sometimes even 3 miles thick. Despite extreme weather and limited access, discoveries are being made in Antarctica that hint at extraterrestrial activity, advanced technology, and lost civilizations hidden under the miles of ice. Recent satellite images reveal several pyramid and pyramid-like structures poking through the icy landscape.
Creepy.
The official explanation is that these are natural rock formations, but there's one pyramid built with precise geometry, with each side lining up perfectly with true north, south, east, and west. Something like this wouldn't occur in nature. This looks like intelligent design. One enormous 1.2 mile wide pyramid was found, and it could be the oldest on Earth, suggesting all others were styled after it. Is this another hint that an ancient race built these monuments to generate energy? And this takes us back to the story of Tesla, trying to create free, unlimited wireless energy with his Wardenclyffe Tower experiments. He attempted to use technology that may have been used in the Great Pyramid of Giza long ago.
Tesla pyramid link below, human.
According to the Knights Templar, the true purpose of each pyramid is to store an ark, just like the Ark of the Covenant. They claim there were 10 of these arcs scattered around the world that, when connected, generated unlimited energy for everyone on Earth.
Knights Templar link below.
90 million years ago, Antarctica was a rainforest.
What are you saying?
Imagine if that were true. Imagine if it was just like that simple. Like we just send like a team of like Avengers out on like a mission to gather all 10 of the Infinity. I mean, of the arcs.
Yeah.
You know, and then that would solve all the world's problems.
The whole world gets electricity for free.
No, yeah, you won't need fossil fuel anymore. Everybody gets free energy, and with free energy, you could just unlimited free manufacture whatever you want.
Basically, yeah.
Because
now,
once
now
it boils
Tesla
down
makes
to
sense.
it's the energy. Yeah, right. And that's why it was shut down, because that unlimited energy took away a lot of power from some people. And that's why Tesla was shut down back in the day when he was shut down. The theory is very entertaining. I love this for not even a Hollywood movie, but like a show, like a long running show. You know what I mean? Got to get the arcs to the pyramids so we have unlimited.
It would be. It reminds me of.
But like in a sci-fi kind of way, not in like a religious kind of way.
It reminds me of not like the Fifth Element, kind of.
Yes, exactly that. That's exactly
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, except that have you watched it recently, The Fifth Element?
No, why?
It's super goofy. Like it's way goofier than I remembered it.
Yeah, it is. Okay. So when I saw it
Just
in
it's
theaters,
it's
wasn't...
clunky. It's clunky with the theory is what I'm saying. Like the future theory that they have is clunky. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's like they live in a fucking idiocracy kind of world.
Yeah. A little bit.
Forest.
Yeah.
We have core samples to prove it. That's not controversial. Geologists claim Antarctica has been frozen and uninhabited for over 12 million years. So who's building pyramids beneath hundreds or thousands of feet of ice? Well, nobody. But what if Antarctica had a warmer climate more recently than 12 million years ago? Much more recently. The Pinkerton map, drawn in 1818, was the most accurate in the world. Well, almost. If you look at the southern hemisphere on the Pinkerton map, nothing exists, just open sea. Now, that makes sense. Antarctica wasn't discovered until 1820. It wasn't confirmed to be a landmass until 1840. But older maps show Antarctica not as a giant frozen continent, but as a land free of ice, a land where plants and animals lived. And these maps go back to the 1500s. In 1513, the Piri Reis map was compiled.
Pee-wee Reese?
Piri Reis.
What'd I say?
Not that.
The baseball
The Piri
player.
Reis map shows the coastline of Antarctica and the animals living there. The Orontius Phineas map is dated 1531. The entire continent of Antarctica is there, and there's no indication of ice at all. It shows mountain ranges that we know are there. The Piri Reis map only shows the coastline of Antarctica, but the Orontius map shows interior features of the continent. And now, because of satellite imagery, we know those features are there. They're just covered under miles of ice. If you sailed to Antarctica during the 1500s when these two maps were drawn, you'd find exactly what you'd find now. Nothing, a frozen wasteland. But that's not what the maps show. Why? Because these maps are based on much older maps. But how old is the big question? And it's a question that mainstream scientists don't want to answer. Because the last time parts of the coast of Antarctica were free of ice was at least 6,000 years ago. The human race was not supposed to be sailing the globe back then. But the Orontius Phineas map shows the entire continent free of ice.
That's not true.
How could this be?
That's not true. That's not true. The people of the South, the people of the South Islands, how the fuck did they get there? How did how did the Aborigine in Australia get there?
He's just
12,000 years ago.
Yeah, he's just speaking on what they say.
Yeah, but people were, in fact, though, I'm just saying, like, I know he's just speaking on what people say, and that's not his opinion, but I'm just saying, like, just to say it out loud, the fact of the matter is that people have been traversing the planet on boats for many thousands of years before our idea of major ocean travel, like, takes place. Because how did all the people of Polynesia populate the whole... You know what I mean? And that's a lot of fucking ocean in between. They didn't just float there by accident. They were building vessels to go there. You know what I mean? Not that sophisticated, I guess, as in comparison to a fucking cruise liner, but it was still good enough to float on and to put food on and to make a couple of days out on the ocean before you could get to the next island. If you're lucky.
Because it's based on a map that was drawn not 6,000 years ago, but 12,000 years ago. And the reason Antarctica wasn't covered in ice? Well, it wasn't at the South Pole.
What the fuck?
You know what's in your cheap protein powder? Well, here to tell us is all-natural fitness athlete Paul Sklar.
Who?
All right, let's see what we've got.
Charles Hapgood was a Harvard-educated historian and explorer. His radical theories about Earth's geologic history made him famous and controversial. Hapgood believed that Antarctica had a temperate climate not too long ago, and living there was an advanced ancient civilization.
Atlantis?
Don't get ahead of me.
Sorry. I'm excited. Go ahead.
So there's a civilization living on Antarctica, but it's not at the South Pole. At least most of it isn't. Remember, Antarctica is a huge continent. There's plenty of land for a civilization to exist. as long as the continent's not too far south, which it wasn't. But suddenly, a crustal displacement violently relocated Antarctica into frigid polar latitudes 12,000 years ago. Hapgood believed evidence indicated that portions of the planet's surface could shift dramatically along the molten inner layers. This could conceivably transform entire continents virtually overnight. Hapgood also used the Orontius Phineas map to help support his theory. Not only is Antarctica free of ice, it's not in the right place. Antarctica has shifted 1,000 miles away from the South Pole. That's a polar shift.
Or they weren't good artists.
Of 7.5 degrees. Hapgood said the shift could have happened in less than a week, maybe even in a single day. If Hapgood's theory is correct, the destruction would have been catastrophic. If Antarctica suddenly traveled 1,000 miles toward the South Pole, any civilization would be destroyed, and the layers of ice would start building immediately. The crust floats on the mantle, and tectonic plates are always in motion. They move away from each other, they collide with each other, but this—
It would what?
It would never go that fast.
Yeah.
It would never, it would never. You got to understand the upheaval. Like what people like don't get is that you can come up with a theory like that, and somebody could be like, well, it's plausible for it to happen overnight, but there is a chain reaction that comes with that. When you displace that much land and that much water virtually overnight, it causes tsunamis fucking everywhere, right? Which is what he's probably going to use to explain, the flood and all that stuff, the 40 days and 40 nights of flood, and people will try to use that. But the thing is, in reality, you would have wiped out all of the flora and fauna. Then how do you explain how lizards in fucking Australia survived if the whole continent is fucking wiped out by a fucking massive mega tsunami because Antarctica shifted?
We're dipshits. We can't explain it.
I just did, though.
You think you did, but we're dipshits.
This process takes millions of years. What could possibly cause the Earth's pole to shift 7.5 degrees in a single day? I feel like we've talked
about this once.
Well, in 1974, Italian naval engineer Flavio Barbiero published A Civilization Under the Ice. He proposed that the remains of a lost civilization may lie under the ice.
Pause it. Pull it back up.
Oh, it's not there?
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Well, no, I don't think so. What am I supposed to be seeing? You see a vagina?
I see a butthole.
Oh. Now I can't unsee it. Thanks.
That is a butthole, right? If you tilt your head sideways. That's a butthole.
I'm just really fucking high right now, so you know.
That's probably why I saw a butthole.
The ice of Antarctica. He says that Antarctica had a temperate climate, home to a thriving civilization. Then the entire continent was suddenly thrown to the South Pole due to a major impact event.
Younger Dryas, here we come.
Yeah, it seems like every
You said it. You said it.
Episode of the Y-Files ends up here. If there was a giant asteroid impact between 12 and 13,000 years ago, it could have caused a shift in the Earth's crust. We know something about 12,800 years ago suddenly caused the Earth to warm. That warming melted the Earth's ice sheets, and sea levels rose hundreds of feet. What if another result of this impact was a shifting in the Earth's poles of 7.5 degrees? Then suddenly the Orontius Phineas map makes perfect sense. But that leaves the biggest question of all.
Yeah, but who drew the map?
Right. Clearly, whatever civilization drew the map was highly advanced. The Orontius map shows features that you could really only see from the air.
Atlantis! This is the story of Atlantis!
All of this does fit nicely with the story of Atlantis. The island nation, the advanced people, the sudden cataclysm. Every chronological event lines up perfectly. So So what happened to the civilization when miles of ice started piling on top of their cities? Where did they go? Well, they didn't go anywhere. They're still down there.
Yeah. Okay.
So you mean, okay, hold on.
Brian
It makes sense. Look, they got more advanced than anyone else because they've been around this whole time.
Yeah, so they're zipping around in UAPs and shit like that. So we're not dealing with, so Aquaman isn't really happening in the water, right?
That's the first thing that came to mind too. Is like Aquaman and that shit.
Right? So Aquaman isn't happening in the water, right? And also, not only that, like, let's just say Wakanda Forever, right? That those Atlanteans too, they're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're instead under the ice, instead of under the water, in fucking in like ice fucking fortresses. That's a little fucking. And they just don't want to have anything to do with us?
You think that's where he's going with it? Let's see. I think that's where he's going with it.
30 rescue team mobilized out of McMurdo Base and was on the ground at Marie Birdland Base in less than 2 hours. When the plane landed, the crew saw that the scientists had haphazardly packed all their gear on pallets and were eager to get the hell out of there. The science team boarded the aircraft in absolute silence. The crew asked them what was wrong. Are they okay? Is there anything they could do to help? The scientists just stared in silence, almost catatonic. They were clearly in shock. The crew offered them food and hot coffee. Silence. From wheels up to wheels down is 2 hours, and nobody uttered a word. When the C-130 landed at McMurdo, the scientists were told they were going on another plane. For some reason, they didn't want to move, or couldn't. Someone had to go into the plane, physically unbuckle and remove each scientist from their seat. These people clearly saw something and were suffering from PTSD. They walked like zombies to the other plane and they were gone. Their research gear was placed in an empty storage facility and locked. The rescue crew was told not to go in there. The equipment was quarantined. The gear would stay locked and guarded until transported to a different location.
I mean, look at it this way. Pause this for a
second. But that gear would eventually be taken.
Think about it, though, right? An advanced civilization would use the extreme cold. It's like, what? Okay. Now, what is the best way to protect yourself? Let's just say on a two-dimensional surface, right? You could build a moat, right? And then you could have a moat maybe with alligators in it. And maybe you could have a moat that has like burning tar, so it's just fire. It's a moat of fire, and you're surrounded by it, and it's impenetrable because nobody wants to pass that. Now, what if it's just the most impenetrable ice? Right now, we don't have anything. Okay, look at it this way: we have like submarines and shit like that, right? That they could go certain depths. We still can't get to the bottom of the ocean, right? We have stuff that could go and maybe survive in low orbit space, right? And then we have stuff that we could fling to the moon, and that's about it. We can't do anything else.
Well, we could send ships to Mars, but we can't send people yet.
Yeah, we can't hurl anybody out that far, right? And that still even goes to the ice in Antarctica. It is an impenetrable fortress. So wouldn't it be genius? And that an advanced species would use that as their cover because these motherfuckers can't bother us. Look, how many of them? Okay, we're us as humans are an infestation of roaches. They're living in the most not roach friendly place on the planet, right? And there's a couple of them in pockets, and they think they have claim to it, right? These humans, but in fact, as they step out for 2 seconds, they're done, and we don't have to do anything. I don't have to zap anybody. Because they'll get frozen. They're stupid. What are they doing here? This is why we're here. We're here so and then maybe they do have little zip planes that, not planes. I mean
drones.
Drones that just like bounce around and shit.
Yeah. I don't know. It all seems a little far-fetched for me.
Taken to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. If you know your UFO lore, you know that one of the places recovered craft go is Wright-Patterson. Wright-Patterson was also the headquarters of Project Blue Book. the Air Force UFO Investigation Unit. Anyway, the C-130 rescue crew was called into the commander's office. Inside the office were two men in plain clothes who had just arrived from Washington, D.C.
Men in black.
Yep. They told the crew that they would never speak of this incident. Not the missing scientists, not the equipment, not the location of their camp, nothing. None of this ever happened. The crew flight engineer, Brian, was fine with this. I just want to say this. This wasn't his first.
I don't know if you agree with me with this, though, but you know, you don't have to. But I do believe in that Men in Black shit, like dudes in suits,
Here come the men in black.
Unmarked, like no badges, will show up if some really crazy shit is going down.
Mouth shut meeting. He had this very same meeting in this very same room about 10 years earlier. But that first meeting wasn't about people and equipment on the ground. It was a meeting about what Brian saw in the sky.
No living being should ever.
We're going to have to finish this episode next time. I'm going to bed, guys.
All right, y'all. So check it out. Keep your mind open to something's alive down there. And maybe it wasn't a whole bunch of bullshit when they were trying to come up with the plot for Alien versus Predator.
There's bears in the background still.
You better be careful, dude.
There's bears in the background still.
You better be careful, dude. Wednesdays and Sundays at 9:30. Better be careful, dude. Tune in to the dipshit. Wednesdays and Sundays
and maybe
at 9:30.
I won't eat too many edibles next time.
Tune in to the dipshit. Wednesdays and